Hello, good morning. What I am going to do in the next 10 minutes or so is to show you and teach you the steps you need to take to copy and paste policy data from a PDF file into the InsMark system. There are 3 steps you need to take to accomplish this. First, you need to have an insurance policy ready in PDF format. You can create your own PDF file if you have the carrier system installed on your computer. You can run your proposal and save it as a PDF file. Or you can request a PDF proposal from the home office. So have the policy ready in a PDF format. Second, you need to open this PDF file in Adobe Reader. Make sure you do not open the file in Adobe Acrobat or Foxit. And then the third step is to copy the policy data from the PDF file and then paste them into the InsMark system. So first step, have a PDF ready. And I have a sample here in my folder, which is the example that I'm going to use. And it looks like this. This is for a 55-year-old insured. These are the premium payments. And these are the accumulation value, surrender value, and death benefit. All of these data needs to be copied and pasted into the InsMark system. So I have it open in Adobe Reader. Next, I'm going to go open my InsMark system. This is the program that I'm using, InsMark Illustration System. And I'm going to click on Create a New Client Workbook. And click OK. And you need to give it a name. This is the normally the name of the insured or the client. So I'm going to call him Fred Grant. And then click OK. Oops. I'm going to call him a different name then. How about okay, so you are now at the first screen of the input for an InsMark case. But look here where it says source data. It is empty. It doesn't have any data loaded at all. So the very first step that we need to do is to load the source data. Source data basically means the life insurance data. How much is the premium, getting what kind of cash value and death benefit. And you do it by clicking on that change button under the source data. And you are here, you click on the change button, it opens up a new window. And this is now the InsMark source data storage area. This is where life insurance data is stored. So you need to get a new policy into this place, and you click on the new button. And these are the tabs of input areas that you need to complete. The very first tab is the insured data. Source data notation, again, would be the insured's name. And number of years to illustrate, you're going to look at your carrier's proposal. This guy is 55 years old in this example, and I want to actually show probably till age about 100. So this is about 46 years of illustration. So you type in 46, and then the insured's name. He is male. He is 55. All of these information, obviously, you will know from your carrier's original proposal. And you just take that information and type those in here. If it happens to be a survivor policy in your actual case, you can click on survivor policy and then enter the second guy's name, the second insured's name. In this case here, it's a single life, so I leave it blank. Next, you deal with policy details. The initial death benefit, as you see here, this is the PDF from the carrier. This is 2,114,000, 2 million. And then you can show the yield assumption on this policy. Right now it's 8%, so you just do 8%. And then insurance name, insurance company's name, you can call it, you know, in reality, whatever your insurance company's name is, you type it in, and it gets saved in the system on the drop-down menu for your future cases. Once you've done that, it gets saved. I know this is an index UL policy, so I type that in. And then the short product name would just be IUL, basically the acronym. And then footnotes are the kind of a standard disclaimer that we have built in here in the system. There is a standard footnote. But if you want to make your own, you can pick one of these custom footnotes, and then you can type in your own language. And it gets saved on the drop-down menu as well. So right now I'm just going to use the system generic one. And then as you see, these three tabs are relatively easy to just type in. Next, we deal with premiums and cash flows, and then also account values. Premiums and cash flow is still kind of easy to deal with because it tends to be level for the premium. If it's a various premium pattern, you can copy this column of data and then paste it in. But here, since it's basically the same except in the first year, I'm just going to type it in. So in year 1, it's 114,000. And then starting in the second year is 24,000. And it's the same all the way out till age 100. So what you do is you don't want to type the 24,000 for 40 different years. So all you do is you move down to the cell underneath this number that you want to repeat. You don't want to be here. You want to be here, and then you push the equal key, equal, all the way down. This policy doesn't have any withdrawals or loans. It's a purely accumulation illustration. So you don't have to deal with, withdrawals or loans. But if in your real case you do have distribution out of the policy, you need to schedule that in the carrier's proposal. And then once you know what the dollar amount is, you would enter those in the third column under loans. So if this policy happens to have, let's say, 50,000 annual distribution coming out, let's say by age 75, you just type in that number and then equal all the way down, or for as long as you need it. But in this example, we don't have any loans or withdrawals, so I'm going to just move to the account values. And it is these three columns of numbers that we need to copy and paste in. The first page is from year 1 to year 30. So you want to make it smaller so you have the whole 30 years showing. So year 1 to year 30. This way you can grab these three columns of data. And this is how you do it. You're going to use your left hand, find the Control and Alt key on your keyboard, and push them down. Left hand pushing down Control and Alt key and keep them down. And watch the cursor. The cursor now becomes a little square. And then with the right hand, you can draw this field over the area of data. And these are the numbers that you want to capture. So you Control and Alt with your left hand, keep them down, and then with your right hand, you draw over these three columns of data. And then release your hands, release your keys on the left hand, and then put your cursor in the highlighted area. Right mouse click, select copy. And now you've got all of these numbers on your clipboard. You can go to the InsMark system and paste those in. Just watch out in the first cell of the column. This is the beginning point of the pasting area. You want to make sure it's highlighted blue entirely. You want to make sure it's not like this. When it looks like this on your screen, it's not ready for pasting. When it looks like this, it's not ready either. And all you do to make it ready is to click somewhere else and then go back to that first cell in the first column. Now it's ready for pasting. You go to the top left-hand corner and find this paste button and click. And all of that data now is in the right place. So this is the first 30 years, and we want to show the second 30 or 40 years. This is from year 31 to about year 46, these three columns. So I do Control-Alt again, left hand, keep them down, draw this area, and then release the keys on the left hand, right mouse click, copy, go back to the InsMark system. This is the beginning point of the paste. Make sure it's all blue and click. And now you've got the policy completed in the InsMark system. And you click OK to save. And as you see, this policy now is transferred into the InsMark system. And you can do illustrations using this policy. So you click OK because this is the one policy that's selected. You click OK. As you see here, now the source data is loaded. You can double check by clicking on the review button. This is the policy that we just copied and pasted into the system. And let's say we want to do an other investment versus your policy comparison. This is under personal insurance area. You click on other investments versus your policy. Click OK. And all you need to do is to complete this screen. And you've got that other investment versus your policy proposal made. So we want to show for 46 years. Let's say his income tax bracket is 35. And we want to compare the insurance, for example, against an annuity. And it's maybe also earning 8%. There's no sales charges. These are the investment fees relevant to the investment. Let's say it does have some management fee, and I'm ignoring all of these other fees. It does have an early distribution penalty tax because this is an annuity. And you've got this comparison basically done. You click on report selection, you pick the reports you want, you can preview, and done to save the case. So this is the quick illustration. We can take a quick look. And this is the comparison of annuity versus life insurance. And when you click on the Done button, it gets saved as the proposal.